there's definitely going to be a move coming any minute now. What's up guys, this is Dick here at Crypto and welcome back to another video. So today's video I'm going to be doing a technical analysis. I'm going to be doing TA on top 3 coins. Starting off with Bitcoin. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, you can see that there's actually a long-term trend line or counter trend line in play, starting from this August 19 or 5th of August. You could actually shorten this to here. It still, makes a lot of sense because you can see the wicks hitting it. But if you stretch it out to this point, it also still makes a lot of sense because after this peak, you've got this wick hitting it. Then you've got all these wicks tapping it, and together with this trend line, this short-term trend line, it makes a symmetrical triangle. And so continuation pattern normally carries on, as the name suggests. It continues the trend previous to the chart pattern. So if you add this rally and then you've got the continuation pattern, so continuation pattern is not 100% guaranteed, there's no such thing, but it's likely that it's going to move to the upside or break to the upside after this is done. And we'll get into that point where we're about 75% into this chart pattern, and this is round about the time, sometimes before, sometimes a little bit after, where you have a break to the upside or downside. Rarely it acts as a reversal, but it could always be the case, and that's what I'm seeing with Bitcoin right now. So it's in a bit of a symmetrical triangle. Moving to the daily, you can see that it's a lot clearer that it is in a symmetrical triangle. Obviously it's respecting that counter trend line very nicely. You've had this little bit of a false breakout at that point, and you could just move it a little bit higher perhaps, but it's really been consolidating very nicely in between these 2 points, building up that energy, and there's a breakout coming very, very soon, or it's likely to be coming soon. So that's my analysis of Bitcoin. In my opinion, it's looking bullish to the upside, and the next levels after that, if it breaks out, would probably be the 10k level. We'll be looking to retest that and break that, hopefully once and for all. There's been a lot of tests of that level, and that'll be a massive psychological level to break if we do break and then retest. Absolutely massive psychological level, and who knows, we might get a lot more headlines in mainstream media about Bitcoin if this happens. So that's Bitcoin bullish in my opinion. Next we have XRP. In my opinion, XRP in the short to medium has actually looked pretty good against since the COVID-19 crash. We've had a nice strong rally, hit resistance, this weekly resistance level. After rejecting from that, we've now formed a nice higher low, very lovely higher low, and it's created this trend line. So potentially after this, since it's retested this support level, the weekly support level, acted as support before, it could bounce off this and then try to retest that weekly resistance level and hopefully break, or it could retest this trend line again and then to gain some more momentum to carry on going upwards. So it's looking bullish on a weekly in my opinion. We probably are going to be retesting that resistance level very soon. On the daily, again, it paints that picture more clearly, that, and this will be how it looks on the daily. A nice lovely high low formed. Now we're at this support level, and hopefully we can use this to bounce off that, to retest that resistance level again. But looking at this a bit more closely, it actually looks like there could be a Fibonacci in play, and actually, yeah, it does look like he's tested that 618 level perfectly and bounced over there. So if this Fibonacci is in play, then we could be heading back to retest that that weekly resistance or just above it, and then extending to the monthly resistance level. So let's see what happens. Could be very interesting. And it's definitely respected that Fibonacci very nicely. But in my opinion, XRP doesn't respect TA that much. It's probably the least one to respect technical analysis, and it kind of does what it wants a lot of times. But let's see what happens going forwards. It's looking pretty bullish at the moment. And then last but not least, we have Ethereum. Ethereum, firstly, let's look at the weekly. Similar to the other coins, is looking quite bullish. So after breaking out of this chart pattern, so let me move to the daily. You can see that it formed a nice level of resistance. It then consolidated and it looked like a ascending triangle. Broke out of that. Now it's hit the next resistance level at about 247, 250, and has used its resistance turn support level to consolidate between that and now formed another little ascending triangle. So it could be that this chart pattern is going to happen again here, and we could be breaking out to the upside and then retesting or testing that 270 to 280 level. It's definitely looking almost identical in a way. So it's looking bullish in my opinion. We've had a massive alt season or alt period uptrend in the last few weeks. Massive green in the market with the altcoins. A lot of people are bullish on Ethereum purely from a TA point of view. But also on the fundamental side, a lot of the DeFi coins like Kyber and ZRX are doing pretty well, and a lot of them is integrated in Ethereum in terms of paying for gas. So there's a fundamental side to that as well as to why it could really break to the upside. So let's see how that performs. It's looking pretty good in my opinion. And do we have a Fibonacci in play here? A little bit. I mean, it's hit the 50% level, but normally we're used to that 618786, but it's hit that 50% level pretty nicely, and it's gone up since then. So let's see what happens. So overall, top three coins are looking pretty bullish in my opinion. It's never a guarantee because this is the crypto market. It's basically like the Wild West, and it is very correlated with the stock market. So if the stock market doesn't do well, the crypto market tends to follow. That is my opinion at the end of the day. So let's see what happens. That'll be all for this video. See you in the next one. Peace.